Once again, you already know what it is, and you already know where you have reached. The number one collaborative professional wrestling podcast anywhere in the world. This is Clash of the Podcast with Conrad and Sean, Everything Pro Wrestling meets Hubbard Wrestling Weekly to bring you the very best of professional wrestling each and every Monday night at 6:05-ish. 6:05-ish every week. We're always in the ballpark, man. But you know what I'm saying? Like, big shout out to Conrad, big shout out to the chat, man. Raw was a little early this week. We saw the whole show. I actually just finished the show like 2 seconds ago. That's why we're a little bit late. So I want to make sure I was well prepared. I don't know if you guys saw. We'll get into that right here and now. So with that being said, on behalf of the one and only Conrad Cushman, my name is Sean. We're ready to rock and roll, man. Conrad, my brother, drop that thing.
Welcome, everyone. It is another Monday, another clash. I'm going to allow some people to get in here, man, get their shout outs in. We're going to run down the chat and talk to everybody. We got a lot to talk about today. It's basically reviews, previews, and whatever else is going on the international world of wrestling. We're going to be in London for a brief portion of this. We're going to be talking about stuff in Paris for next week. And NXT Heatwave was in, I think it was in Lowell, Massachusetts. Was it? I only knew because of the building. And you know what that building always makes me think of? Shawn Michaels, Triple H for the European title, and Sergeant Slaughter was hot that they played around and did that game. Funny how that was okay. Finger poke of doom, not okay. But world titles, I get it. I understand.
It is.
But I always remember that building, just that section right above it and for everything. So if you guys are in here, man, me and Sean greatly appreciate you. Do us a favor, hit that like button and subscribe. It means a great deal to us here at Everything Pro Wrestling. And also make sure you are subscribing to Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. I make it easy for you guys. I put up stuff. It comes up in the chat. It also is in the description of the audio versions as well. Make sure you guys are subscribing to Hubs as well, man. You're missing out on some great content. He's got some stuff coming up this week that I'm very interested in. I may have to miss it and catch it on Friday on the Get Back, but because I'll be at Fourth Rope. I'll be going to a little indie wrestling show. You get a little hip hop mixture in there, and it's 716 day here for West Side Gun. So I was like, let's go to a wrestling show. So me and my wife are going. Sean, before we get everything's all good and we're gonna get into some stuff, I gotta talk about something kind of serious for 1 second, and you can kind of give your quick thoughts too. I don't want to go too deep into it, but I want to give some quick thoughts on the Rampage Jackson son incident. Is it Raja Jackson?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you had a chance to see the stuff,
but I
saw. Prayers up to the wrestler Stuart Smith. This whole situation, Sean, all I can say is I don't know what happened. I don't know where things went wrong. I don't know where the wires got crossed, but something like that should never, ever happen. And it looks like WWEID has removed, like Knox Pro Wrestling or Wrestling Academy, whatever they're called. They removed all their WWEID stuff today. So it looks like that's over.
I saw the footage, and I have some sources that revealed to me the aftermath of the young man's condition. So, I mean, it's just very upsetting to watch. I mean, if you saw the footage, you know what it is. If you have not seen the footage, it's the ultimate, and viewer discretion is advised because, he just came from the crowd, and then, run-in type stuff is cool. So there's nothing wrong with a run-in, but it looked like he took some liberties. I think that's the right way to put it. He took some liberties, and it turned out to be a very unfortunate situation. I've been told I have to maintain some level of decorum. So I'm trying to. This is me exercising that right now.
I just think that stuff like that shouldn't happen. And there's videos, and they're all in pieces, so you don't understand what happened.
But the context is not clear at some point.
Yeah, And was it planned? Was it not? And I know people are going to say, well, there's multiple videos. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know how these aired. I don't know what happened. And Kick, a platform that we're streaming on right now, seemed to have booted people off for it and stuff. So listen, all I can say is prayers up. Pro wrestling doesn't need that kind of stuff in it. And yeah, I think we need to just watch who we're bringing into the shows and everything else like that. And that's it, man. I guess do better is the best thing I could say at the end.
Anything I want to say would be extremely controversial. Other than I just say I'm very disappointed in what I saw, and I just pray that the young man, the one who received the punishment, is okay or will eventually be okay, because it did not look very good.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's get into
the actually, that was funny. Actually, if you don't mind, I really would kind of like to go into. I didn't preface this with you earlier, so forgive me, but I just want to say something to our fans, our viewers. One thing I want to say, I kind of gave y'all a little nugget of, having to hold back on certain things, but I feel like I shouldn't do that without giving some context, Conrad. Clearly, I'm not gonna. I see your face. I'm not gonna go into vivid detail. Relax, bro. Relax.
I don't know what's happening right now. Yeah, this is a shoot, brother.
One thing about me, I'm extremely, extremely passionate. That's just who I am as a human being. I'd like to think that that's part of the reason that you guys tune in. I'd like to think that's part of the reason that you guys enjoy my portion of Clash of the Podcast or Hubbonomics, if you guys are able to make it over and check me out. But I am extremely passionate. And one thing about me is that I'm always going to tell the truth. I am a Christian man, so I try to conduct myself in a high standard as it relates to morality and decorum. Decorum, I guess, being the word of the day. I've said it 3 times already. But just understand, guys, that I really love pro wrestling. And unfortunately, as you get older, and part of our job is to do our homework and find out things that almost kind of ruin the product for us, Conrad. We get, we have to do our homework to the point where we hear and read and understand things that are that can kind of take the joy away from the product if we were just watching it as fans, as we did when we were kids. And some of that stuff angers me, Conrad Cushman. Some of that stuff makes me mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just pray that, and I'm not using the word pray to be over dramatic. I genuinely mean, I pray that what I bring to this show, especially with someone as polished as Conrad Cushman is, I pray that I just bring something to you guys that leaves you guys wanting to come back and check us out again. I know Conrad does, so I just hope that that's the case as it relates to me, and that's pretty much all I could say.
Yeah. Now I need that loud, boisterous Sean back. All right. So here we go. Let's run down who we got in the building. Joel sent a $1 super chat. Thank you, Joel. We appreciate you. It's all love, my dude. Appreciate it. Clown in the house. He said, afternoon, everyone. The king came home. Long live the king. MDK. All FN day. Plus the Killer Cross and Scarlett showed up at Homecoming. Yes, GCW Homecoming. It was a great weekend to be a wrestling fan. Yeah, lots of fun. We have XG Dub saying, what up, guys? Finish a Raw, then Clash. Let's go. Appreciate that. Zach Minger, happy National Banana Split Day. Zach, I always look forward to these now. It's kind of becoming a tradition on here that I'm like, what was the day? Ray Thompson says, happy Monday, guys. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Enjoyed Forbidden Door yesterday, and Raw was pretty good today as well.
Raw, I saw Ray's son on a scooter, I think, on Facebook, man. That was very nice.
Yeah, I'm starting to see them back to school pictures, man, for everybody, man. It's that time. It's that time. Our guy in the house.
M. Leezy, Fosheezy in the building. We appreciate you. He says hello, good evening. Hope you had a good weekend, and let's kick the week off right with the two aces of our pro wrestling community. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, he said
love Forbidden Door weekend. AEW, another banger pay-per-view. Rev Pro killed it, and I checked out Pro Wrestling Eve, a all-women's wrestling content that Will Ospreay is a producer, and yeah, killed it. No doubt. That's what's up.
Yeah, Pro Wrestling Eve is pretty good if you guys haven't had a chance to check it out. And I also recommend Rev Pro. It's really, really good. GYV was over there. Awesome tag team match if you guys didn't get to see that as well.
Yes, sir.
Guy Will Gamble's in the house. He said, yeah, what's good?
Yeah.
Are y'all going to time box Raw spoilers for those watching on their loved ones to finish work and watch? I am not going to. No spoilers for Raw today. Well, there's one minor one, a match announcement. So if you don't want to hear it during the Clash portion, be careful when we get to the middle section of what we're talking about. I'll tell you that. We talked with Ray. We got McKinney saying, yo, I'm here to talk wrestling with the Fire Live chat and the best bros in the wrestling biz. Clash of the podcast, and to let y'all know, forget about the past, but remember the lesson you learned.
I like it. Always on top of his game, McKinney is.
That's right. I'm only here to hear what my lovable and opinionated fellows have to say. Appreciate that, Deanna.
Appreciate you.
Let me see here. Eric Douglas in the house. Hey, what's up, Eric? Appreciate you, E. Yo, happy Monday. BJ just said, just had my first day of teaching classes. It was wonderful. I don't know why I wanted to read that in my Matt Hardy voice. Hope you are all doing well. Congrats, man, on teaching, BJ.
BJ, that's a big deal, man. Congratulations.
That's right. If you need any homework assignments involving Clash of the Podcast, you let us know, and we will provide the content for them. D says, yo, yo, yo. What's good, D? Appreciate you. My guy Hubs. Jasim's in the house as well. He said, hello, gentlemen. I feel like Heatwave main event, Javon. We're going to talk about Javon and Obafemi, I promise you. It might be all to talk about on that show. Vinny says, happy Monday, fellas. God bless as always.
Vinny, God bless you, brother.
The only Vinny we like.
The only Vinny we like.
T-Ferg, what's good, everyone? Hope you had a good weekend. I enjoyed Forbidden Door. Here, Heatwave was good also.
Yes, sir. It was Forbidden Door was fire and Heatwave was okay. That's pretty much how I expected it to go.
I would extend the hand to you. Handshake right there. Joel says Fourth Rope has high production. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Enjoy the show. Thank you. Let's see here. Enzo or Zilla going to be on the card? I think I saw Enzo. I don't know about Zilla being on there. And I think the Hardys will be there. And I think MVP I read as well.
That's what's up.
Let me see here. People are getting into a delay. Gratz, what's good, man? I see you in here as well. Miracle, what's going on?
I'm searching for a miracle. I see the impossible. That's what's up.
I love it, man. Yeah. You won't spoil Raw for me not watching. Yo, terrible.
That's funny.
At least he keeps to the stack. Man. Appreciate all of you, man. Sean, I'm going to kind of let you direct the show tonight, man. Forbidden Door is mostly going to be yours, maybe with some questions and stuff for me. But what do you want to talk about first, Sean?
Let's get the crap out the way. Let's talk about Heatwave.
NXT Heatwave. It happened. We
got to get the garbage. Well, garbage is kind of excessive because there's certain people I like. I like Oba, I like Javon, I like Jada Parker, but outside of that, it's not much going on.
NXT Heatwave, they had a lot going on. Isn't it funny that they don't brand these NXT anymore? Like, we're saying NXT, but you see in the middle what it says. It's WWE Heatwave, not NXT. Let's run through this. I don't know the match order because I'm not going to lie to you guys. I definitely missed some of these here in the beginning of when they happened.
Up with Jada Parker, Ola Vice, and
I know the Sisters was out here for this one.
Well, you know that, man.
Yeah.
Let's just. This is kind of like football season is back. We're going hurry up offense for this, man. The wrong person won. I have a lot of respect for Lola Vice. I actually met her when she was a UFC a mixed martial artist at Bellator.
You never mentioned this.
Yeah.
No. See, Sean will argue with me and not let me off the hook. I'm not letting you off the hook.
Okay.
So Were you covering an event and met her, or like what happened?
I was Capeside at the Garden a few years back at Bellator, and she and I had an interview with each other. I was able to sit down and share some ideas and thoughts with her, and she was that was kind of in her embryonic stage of thinking about crossing over to sports entertainment. So I remember her when she was beating people up for real, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, she's cool. Like she's solid. But I don't care how solid she is. She shouldn't have won that match. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. Kalani has had her moment as the North American champion. So Quilly, we see you, dog. For me, Jada Parker is, in there like swimwear, over like rover, any way you want to put it, any colloquialism that you want to use. To me, I just don't understand the logic. I don't know what they're waiting for. And I hate to use this analogy because people are going to say I'm being a homer again. But Jada Parker is starting to remind me of Jey Uso, like in the progression. Yeah, the progression. Conrad, behave yourself. The progression that is coming along. Behave yourself, Conrad. So to me, it's like when there's an elephant in the room, give it some peanuts, right? So I don't understand what they're waiting for. They're chanting her name. They're giving her flowers every time she comes to the ring. It's not like she's unworthy from a competitor standpoint. I think she should be next up, man. So, for me, Lola Vice winning is not the worst thing in the world. I think Kalani being the former North American champion put her in a spot where she was probably the person to least likely win. But I would have picked Jada over Lola. That was not the case, and now it's going to be Lola versus the champion at No Mercy.
It's weird to see how like all three of them are in different spots, though. Mm-hmm. Like when you look at it, Jada Parker's kind of on the ascent, but then you got Lola who's been like in AAA doing her thing, and I think it's a good move to have her down there.
Right.
But then I feel bad for like Kalani Jordan. Like she had the NXT North American Women's Championship, and she's kind of just stayed.
Well, I don't look at her. That's the thing. I don't see Kalani as an NXT Women's Champion. I'll see her having the top belt, and to me, that's one of those things where you have to understand, especially in developmental, what exactly do you bring to the table as a competitor to make me believe that you can be a person to lead this brand? So, unfortunately, Kalani, I don't think has that. At least she hasn't cultivated that as of yet. However, I do believe that at this particular point in time, that she has an opportunity to continue to prove herself. She's already gotten the nod as it relates to a championship run within the confines of WWE's developmental organization, right? But now we have to move on. We have to see, okay, who is going to be the person that's going to take over this title when JC Jane gets called up to the main roster? I think Jada Parker is her. I think Jada Parker has every intangible. And no, I'm not just saying that because she's gorgeous. We all know she's gorgeous. I'm talking about...
That's one of the intangibles, though.
Yeah, that is... The look is part of the intangible. That's true. But I'm not just doing it because I think she's very talented. I think she's very charismatic. And I think she has the in-ring ability to be able to sustain an opportunity with a belt on her shoulder. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But as of right now, Lola Vice is the number one contender.
See how it plays out. Let's get into the tag title match here. We had Hank and Tank, a.k.a. I call him Public Enemy, taking on, what is it, Dark State?
Dark State. We'll be very brief with this match. Dark State are the new NXT Tag Team Champions. I don't have a problem with it per se. They're trying to build this group into something special in NXT. It's very hard when you dress like the Shield, walk like the Shield, act like the Shield to be considered something different than the Shield. It's kind of hard to walk like Retribution, talk like Retribution, and act like Retribution, and not be looked at as Retribution. But they are the new NXT Tag Team Champions. That's all I can say at this point.
Osiris Griffin. No, I saw that. And Dion Lennox. But this group is weird. Like, I don't know how I feel about them. I'm still kind of lost in the sauce. This might be like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. That's the best thing I can say about the tag match. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know either.
Let's get into. Is this the most baffling moment of the night? Maybe.
Look here you go, man.
No, I need Sean to come out and talk about this with me because
there's a video that I put out on TikTok. I believe it was either TikTok or it was TikTok, I believe. And it was during the last few months of Dana Brooks' run, tongue-in-cheek, saying the word run in WWE. Dana Brooke came to the ring. She's flexing. I believe she's a babyface at this point because she went out of the company as a babyface. She's coming to the ring. She's flexing as she walks to the ring. She goes to give probably a 10-year-old kid a high five. The 10-year-old kid looks her dead in the face and doesn't raise his hand. And she's so embarrassed, all she can do is tap his arm and keep it moving. Dana Brooke is one of the worst professional wrestling talents as it relates to charisma and as it relates to persona that I've seen in a very, very long time. If there was a match between Dana Brooke and a broom, I would think the broom would cut a better promo. If there was a match between Dana Brooke and the ring post, I would be more interested in what the ring post had to do. So you fast forward to Dana Brooke moving on. She's now Ash by Elegance. She has a concierge. She's thrusted into the main event scene of TNA. She loses, as she should. And then you have this collaborative effort between TNA and WWE, NXT specifically, and we realize that I have to stand up and say I was wrong about everything I've been saying about, oh, you need to switch things up. You need to make things, unpredictable. When Conrad would always say, predictable is not always a bad thing. And boy, predictable would not have been a bad thing in this situation because to see Dana Brooke, and that's what I'm going to call her, Dana Brooke. She'll always be Dana Corny Brooke to me. She's the new TNA World Champion. I don't understand the logic.
Not planned moment. I'm sorry. He said, "Yeah, exactly."
I don't understand the logic. It is a baffling decision by the creative of TNA and or NXT that Dana Brooke is the new the new TNA World Champion.
I like what you said here. And said Sean is baffled by it. I'm going to try and put some logic behind everything he said. First, I'm going to address Dana Brooke. I'm going to say this. I think at one point in NXT, we all saw the potential for Dana Brooke, and then she got called up really quickly. And do you remember what the first thing they saddled her with? Charlotte's lackey.
Wasn't she like hanging out with Charlotte?
She was Charlotte's lackey, and I was like, why did you do that? Why? Sometimes I think you have to leave well enough alone with certain people and just leave them in NXT. And there are times where they wait too long. Bailey, I'm looking at that. Like, why did you wait so long to call this person up when they were ready? Some of the stuff is just very weird in how they do it. And I don't know, maybe it's a game, maybe it's a thing. And then you're sitting there and you're looking at TNA and TNA. Oh yeah, they're going to be treated well in this partnership. I need people to call this out, man. This sucks. When people are trying to tell you this is a good thing, no, it's okay. TNA is basically ripe for the picking. All right. They're trying to sell themselves to WWE so that they buy them. Do they have a higher value than AAA? Perhaps, because they do have a large tape library and history. But Sean, Masha Slamovich is right here, bro. Right here, if that's what we're going to do. And then JC Jane doesn't get pinned? What was the point of this? You look like a chump.
JC Jane didn't get pinned because WWE are selfish people that want to make sure that everybody knows that NXT is better than TNA.
Bruh.
I've said that from the start. Now, as much as I'm going to give you about predictability not always being a bad thing, I need you to give me my flowers as well and say that at the end of the day, I told the chat, I told everybody that NXT would come out victorious more times than not in this situation because TNA was always going to be NXT's little brother. It is the narrative that the developmental brand of WWE is better than the main roster of TNA. That's the narrative that is being delivered. That is the narrative that's being driven home, Conrad Cushman.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if what we read, 2 episodes ago is true, and they're hoping that WWE buys them out, then that's what it's going to be. They're gonna just do whatever they're told, and hopefully they buy him. Remember, they got the sword. That's exactly what it said in the article. Like, they can always pull out, and they can end this really quickly.
They can always pull out. That's what she said.
Moving on, we have Ethan Page.
Oh, never mind.
The North American champion with Chelsea Green, going up against Tavion Heights, and oh my goodness, what is her wrestling name? This young lady. It's gonna make me mad now if I don't remember it. Help me out here if you remember.
I'm not helping you out because I'm gonna go on record as saying I haven't cared enough to find out.
Oh my goodness, it's something Steele. I know the chat's gonna get on.
I didn't even watch this.
Tyra May Steele. There it is.
Right.
It hit me.
Right.
Thank you, Quills.
Yeah. I fell asleep during this match.
Well, Tyra May Steele's an Olympian, number one. Here's the crazy part. This match is about like dividing things and we're Canada, you're not, the whole nationalism type of thing that they put in on this, whatever, right? You've seen it in wrestling since we were kids. They were cheering for Chelsea Green. They weren't cheering for Ethan Page, and then we're in Massachusetts, and you're booing the people that they want you to cheer. What is going on?
I don't understand what. It's WWE, man. It's WWE, and that's what they do. That's what they do. They find a way to make the okay terrible and the fantastic okay. The only time I'm going on the record with something right here. I'm gonna say something that needs to be said. Only time WWE gives us something good is if they fall into it by accident. That's exactly right, because that was not the main event of WrestleMania 30. That's a perfect example. That was the main event of WrestleMania 30. I'm not going to go into great. I'm just making a reference since you just made the Daniel Bryan reference. The main event was Randy Orton versus Batista. That was booked. That was what it was supposed to be. So once again, WWE doesn't do anything great in the last 10 to 15 years or so. WWE doesn't do anything great unless they fall into it by accident. Oh, that was great. Oh, I didn't see that coming. But they don't do things. They don't have the creative fiber to make decisions, especially with the developmental brand, because Conrad Cushman, newsflash, whoever they want to be next is going to be next. And there's no deviating from that.
Right. And Miracle said, I feel bad for Team America and I'm Canadian. I hear you, brother. I hear you. And McKinney brings up a good point here. It was a good showing, but if you missed it, you really didn't miss much. Tyra looked good. Hopefully she gets better. Yeah, I'm not worried about her. Tavion Heights is actually really good in my opinion and doesn't get enough credit. But and Ethan Page, he's always been good. And Chelsea Green's super over. Like I said, I don't understand then why Chelsea Green's not on the main roster getting stuff. Like, that's where she should be. But here we are. Ego.
She was over before she won the United States Championship, and they had Survivor Series in her home country, in her home city, and she wasn't even on the show.
And a miss.
World Wrestling Entertainment. I don't know where the entertainment went, and there's not much wrestling either. Just
another
world.
Another one that made a lot of people mad. I got a lot of messages from people in my DMs this morning about this match. Someone just said, hey, can I ask you a question? What happened in this match? And I thought they didn't see it, and I'm explaining it, and they were like, no, I saw the match. I'm talking about what happened afterwards. Jordan Grace versus Blake Monroe.
Blake Monroe has superstar written all over her, but the way this match was structured in the aftermath was completely ridiculous.
How do you feel about Jordan Grace, like, doubting herself? I know you're not the biggest Jordan Grace fan, right? That was you who said that?
Yeah, it definitely was me.
But for her to be like this from where she wasn't. Like TNA, she was creme de la creme. Here, it's like, what? I'm hoping this is either a call up or whatever. I don't. Chat. Let me ask you this, chat. Is Jordynne Grace ready to get called up to like a SmackDown or a Raw? 100% honesty here. Don't let Sean influence you. But I know, Sean, go ahead though. Like, I'm interested in your thoughts too.
Jordynne Grace is regular to me. There's nothing special about Jordynne Grace except that she has a lot of muscles. Have you heard her cut a promo? It's not that good. I'm being objective here. Her promos are mid. She has unbelievable athleticism. You know who also had amazing athleticism? Scott Putski.
Yo,
remember Scott Putski?
I like Scott Putski.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't. Because he was terrible. He was a genetic freak who can jump out of the moon and do all the moves, but he was corny. Taka Michinoku was more charismatic than Scott Putski. That's why he beat Scott Putski.
Michinoku driver, baby.
So take a hard look at Jordynne Grace. I'm not trying to be funny, bro. I'm not in a funny mood today. I'm being real with you, bro. Jordynne Grace, outside of her athleticism, which is outstanding. Okay, Conrad? Outstanding. Outside of her athletic ability, what is special about Jordynne Grace? Does she cut a scathing promo? Does she have charisma that jumps off the screen? Or is she just an athletic marvel that can do amazing moves? And she's tremendously athletic, but is she an entertainment juggernaut?
Can I throw it back to you and ask a difference?
You can never throw anything at me, Conrad, but you can ask me a question.
You see what I put up with every week, people? You see what I put up with? What about Jade Cargill then in that same comparison?
Jade Cargill has the same issue.
And I think that's why
Jade Cargill has a tremendous amount of work to do on her character before I believe her to be a champion. Only reason I thought she'd win at SummerSlam is because I thought they were just going to pull the trigger.
Okay, so you don't think that Jade's ready either, though?
Do I think that Jade Cargill is ready to be the WWE heavyweight champion of the world in the women's division? Absolutely not. Jade Cargill should probably get used to having some gold on her shoulder, but it shouldn't be world championship gold.
Okay, yeah. And that's probably why maybe we advocated for the tag more. But
yes.
Interesting. I'm just going here. That was TNA, though, Conrad. Guy Will Gamble said. I still think, though, that she held it down where there was a roster full of Deonna Purrazzo's. I mean, and we see the issues going on with her and her promotions, too. I don't want to even start getting into comparison, but I like Jordynne Grace a little bit more than Sean, but I also can't really argue back with Sean on some of his points.
And I want to talk about a specific comment I see. Our good friend Guy Will Gamble, starts with Jade Cargill, is light years. Let's bring that up to the forefront, Conrad, please. Jade Cargill, Guy Will Gamble says, is light years ahead. Actually, she's talking about Jordynne Grace. In my opinion, maybe part of that is her presentation, but feels like that matters. That's exactly what it's. Two things. Big shout out to Guy Will Gamble for this comment. And I can understand how you can be respectfully, my brother, a little bit fooled by this. Jade Cargill was put into an entertainment situation. Jade Cargill got hurt. And then it was decided that Jade Cargill would be injured by an unknown assailant that would lead to her return at the Elimination Chamber. Now, I want you to think about Jade Cargill's performance in World Wrestling Entertainment before that storyline arose. Jade Cargill was a beautiful, muscular statue. She didn't have charisma. She couldn't cut a good promo. She still can't cut a good promo. She has plenty of work to do. Do I think she has the ability to turn it around? Yes, I do. But the reason that we thought that Jade Cargill, I don't want to speak for you, Conrad. The reason why I thought Jade Cargill would be the next WWE Women's Champion of the world is because Jade Cargill was put in a position to come back from an injury because of an unknown assailant that would lead to the fans getting behind her and her winning the title. That did not happen. I've said from day one, Conrad, that Jade Cargill needs to be the WWE Women's United States Champion. Put that belt on her shoulder. Put her in a position to be a mid-carder with a championship and see if she can carry a belt that would make her believable as a singles champion, because to this point, it's not the case. And when I look at Jordynne Grace, I look at a extremely muscular, extremely athletically gifted, average person on a microphone. Her interviews are corny. She didn't even come across genuine when she was chasing Brooke to the SUV and she drove away. It looked weird. It looked weird. She's not entertaining.
Keeping it a stack, man. I'm pulling up some comments in here for this. Are you ready to write both of them off yet, though? Or you still think there's hope? Like, they're still going. I mean, you're in NXT for a reason. You're going through the process. We know Jade got fast tracked immediately.
I think Jade Cargill still has an opportunity to be great. I think that, what up, MJB? I think that Jordynne Grace still has an opportunity to be great. But Jordynne Grace is in desperate need. If there ever was a time, chat, let me know what you think. Conrad, let me know what you think. If there was ever a time for a heel turn, it is now. It is now. Thank you, Miracle. I appreciate you. At the end of the day, Jordynne Grace needs to be a heel because Jordynne Grace, I'm going to use a word here. Look at me. Is a pathetic babyface. That is not her niche. It's not.
And some people are better as a heel.
Yes, and she would be.
Randy Orton is a good example.
Oh, Randy Orton's not pathetic as a babyface.
Babyface, no.
But he's way better as a
way better though, because he can say what he wants and he has more in depth versus we're waiting for the RKO line. Like you're waiting for it at that point. You're like, all right, bro, punch someone in the head.
His only slight difference is that he's not horrible as a babyface.
And if you remember Jade Cargill in AEW, I thought her promos were good where she had Mark Sterling with her. Mark Sterling would do most of the talking, but then Jade would get to give a couple lines at the end and they would have her kind of just be like, yeah, and that's why I'm the baddest, blah. And I was like, that works. Right. That works. And Miracle brought up, or not Miracle, excuse me, Delay Gratz brought up a great thing about how she was protected. People didn't realize Tony booked her with great protection. Like, yeah, you're just going to squash people all the time. You're just going to keep beating people. And then when she was ready to peace out, he was like, oh, I got to take the belt off you now. So
there you go, Conrad. There you go.
This is what we got to do.
I want Jade. Obviously, I want Jade to succeed. And I want Jordynne Grace to succeed. But you have to stop trying to, squeeze round pegs into square holes. Why do you think Blake got the W last night? Now, I don't have much faith in WWE as a creative entity, but the reason why Blake won is because Blake is better from what she brings to the table. They made a decision. Conrad, they made a decision. This is what I need you to understand, my brother. Chat, this is what I need you to understand. What Jordynne Grace didn't debut that long ago, bro. Jordynne Grace is still new. And they made a decision to have her job to Blake Monroe. My question is, what does that tell you?
We want AEW people to come over here at any cost so that they believe that they're not going to lose when they come over. So look what we did with so-and-so.
Okay.
Okay. I'm being honest. Like that's your selling point.
Fair enough. But I also like to think, look, Jordynne Grace needs work.
And Mariah May is traditionally what the company has always looked for.
That too.
Blonde hair, goes out there, does her thing. Beautiful as well, just like we said with Jordan. Beautiful.
All right. I've always said shout out to Jordan, shout out to Blake Monroe, shout out to Mariah May. She's an attractive woman, but she's not the best thing since sliced bread.
Listen, whatever your taste is.
She's an attractive woman, but you know what I'm trying to make a point about? She's an attractive woman, but she's not like What I'm trying to say is there's no reason if Jade Cargill, if Jordan Grace was that good, it would circumvent. And by the way, Jordan Grace is not an ugly person either, but Jordan Grace has the athletic ability to be the biggest star in the company, but she's lacking from charisma, and that's what Blake Monroe. I want to make a point about what you just said, Conrad. I got to bring it all the way around because it sounded pretty bad when I first started talking. Blake Monroe is a very attractive woman, but you know what makes Blake Monroe more attractive? Her heelish tendencies.
The finger bite and all that. You mean
that's what makes her more attractive? Which was more attractive, chat? Trish Stratus going like this and it's time to rock and roll, or TNA Trish Stratus? You tell me. I'm just trying to educate y'all, man. There's a difference.
Trish Stratus made me a man, let me tell you.
So
save that for after 10 p.m. though, one of these days.
There's a difference, y'all. There's a difference.
Yeah, you're not wrong with it. And I'm glad we kind of got into a little deeper discussion about this because we could have probably breezed through this really quickly.
We're not really talking right now about Heatwave. We're talking about character development.
Right. But I enjoyed that conversation. Yeah. I thought it was important to say it here because, like I said, if you ask me in ring who's executing the moves better, we know. But I will say I think Blake Monroe has regressed as well. Like, I don't feel the same way I felt.
Regressed, really? Okay.
Yeah. Like, I don't feel the same way I felt about her in AEW where I was like, there's some potential here. Mm-hmm. And even then, when she became champion, you were kind of like, okay, cool.
Right.
All right. But if you put her in there with the right person, there's magic. Toni Storm obviously was that person.
Absolutely.
So, I'm waiting for her to find that magic here, and hopefully it happens soon. And I can still see her becoming NXT champion. I think we're just taking the slower path to get there. And let's be honest, match of the night, good. I'm never going to complain about seeing two brothers get the main event. So Obafemi, the young OG, Javon Evans. If I ever heard young OG that many times on commentary, I told you that one week, man, they were driving me nuts. The young OG, the young OG, the young. Okay, we got it, brother. This was a fantastic match. I love what Oba does, and they have opposite styles. So opposites in pro wrestling, sometimes they attract. Uh-huh. Think of the Hart Foundation, Anvil and Brett. And I'm talking tag teams, but even opposite in the ring, they attract. I got to say this, Sean. Obafemi didn't have to throw that dude through a table like that. That's a meme. That's a meme.
It is.
That's a meme, bro. When he sent him flying, unbelievable. But if you ask me, this was probably the best match on the show. And I thought it did a very good job in demonstrating what both were good at. The hope spots for the underdog. I don't understand why they don't want to go with Javon Evans. I've been feeling like this for like a year. I'm like, dude, what are you guys waiting for with this kid? But, he's young. I'm sure this is what people are saying. He's young. He's got time. But that eventually runs out. Like, you get tired of hearing that eventually. You probably had job, Sean. Sean's got great potential. Sean's management material, but Sean's younger, so we're gonna have to hold off on him and give it to this guy, and then this guy, and then how many times are you gonna pass over Sean before Sean's like, you know what, I'm moving on, I'm out, and then you lose someone that you actually valued.
When NXT was great, NXT in like 20 whatever, when the Undisputed Era, and that was beyond great. That was amazing. But when NXT was just great, and great's a good word. There was a young man by the name of Sami Zayn who achieved his dream to become the NXT champion by beating Neville. And in recent weeks, NXT signed a young man by the name of Kevin Owens, otherwise known as Kevin Steen. And Kevin Steen, along with the other members of the NXT locker room, came down to ringside to celebrate with Sami Zayn. But everybody knew that, Kevin Steen and Sami Zayn are like real friends, like friends. So it was very nice to see Kevin Owens hug and embrace and congratulate Sami Zayn. It also was better, though. You know what was better? When he beat the crap out of him and beat him like he stole something.
Y'all gonna stop dogging my boy Sammy like this. Sammy sold that like a G for him. A G.
Here's the problem, Conrad Cushman. The next pay-per-view, PLE, whatever it was, special, NXT special, it was Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was very new to the company. It wasn't an age thing like it is with Javon Evans, but it was a newness thing, right? You know what they did in that match with Sami Zayn? When the whole world said there's no way Sami Zayn's going to lose the title. No way. Kevin Owens won the title. Let's stop with the narrative that it's too much too soon. Let's stop with the narrative that, oh, he hasn't earned his stripes yet. Oh, he's too young. Oh, he's too green. Oh, it's not the right time. Javon Evans should have won that match last night. And nobody can tell me that. I love Obafemi. This is not about Obafemi. This is about Javon Evans. Javon Evans should be currently the NXT World Champion. I don't know why they haven't done it. I don't know why they've continued to hesitate. But it's very disappointing to me, the conclusion of that main event match last night.
I like Oba. I'm not mad at it. And then afterwards, we get Ricky Saints coming out, which is the former Ricky Starks, which I will probably still call him forever because I like that name better.
I do like that name better.
Ricky Saints comes out, and he faces off with Oba, and I'm like, that's fine and all, but isn't he getting called up soon too? Like, there are people ready. Listen, can I keep it a buck right now?
Sure.
When I look at SmackDown every week, I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I cut SmackDown off within, I would say, less than 10 minutes this week. It wasn't even. It was on for a second. I was like, this looks like garbage. And I saw the spoilers were up, and I looked at it. I'm like, I'm not watching this. And I turned it off, and I went upstairs, and I played NCAA football right in this room. I was like, I'm done. And I didn't think twice about watching the show. I was like, I'm done with this. Dog, we're not going to get Ricky Starks to do something on this show like SmackDown. We're not going to call Obafemi, who's sitting, like, you have stars ready. They're ready. The people are ready. Like, use them. Do something with them. I just don't get it, man.
It would be nice. It would be nice. That's a good idea. So you know what that means.
Miracle, I think you're right. I think Javon Evans is the one that beats Ethan Page. I don't know why they went so hard with this, but we could have did that a while ago, honestly. At that last, what was it, AAA, when they had that match, the four-way? You could have been beat Ethan Page at this point. He's teaming up with Chelsea Green. Someone said Ricky ain't. Come on now. Come on now. SmackDown needs help. Yeah. Like I said, best match of the night. I kind of agree that 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, whatever you want to call it, right? I thought that was the best match. What do you think of Heatwave? If you had to give it a grade, man, I put the grades to it. What would you say?
6 out of 10.
What's that? C plus to you? Maybe C?
It's probably closer to D plus.
Woo! I'm not mad at it. I'll give it a solid C. It was a C show to me. That main event definitely saved it because it could have been way worse, but questionable throughout the rest of the middle of this card. Like, I don't know.
Just questionable decision making, Conrad.
Let's get into, I guess, the clash in Paris. Bonjour, monsieur. No, I'm kidding. I probably could try to do this, but I got a D in French, so we won't do that. Clash in Paris. It's going down next Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for those of you who want to watch. I have told Sean this, and I will always mention this. I hate the artwork for this. I think it looks like doo-doo butter.
It's supposed to be an oil painting. Paris is painting.
I know. Somebody even yelled that that painting never took place in Paris, so why are you using it? And then this girl got flamed online. Like, wrestling fans were like, what do you know about wrestling? And I was like, dude, she's bringing up historical points. She's not wrong. Anyway, Clash in Paris. Roman Reigns, Bronson Reed. It's going to be going down here. Come on, be honest.
Roman wins.
Yeah, he gets his shoes back.
Roman wins. I like the shirt, though. I do like the shirt. I don't know if you saw the shirt on Raw tonight. Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
Jordans with tribal sleeve on. Roman Reigns is going to win. Period.
Yeah, I think it's the right move, and I think we're going to see the low key taking our time going through the rest of the Visionary until we get there. And make sure. Were you just singing the old Uso song?
I was.
I was going to say, speaking of shirts, make sure that you guys check out our merch stores.
What a revolutionary idea.
Where can they get that, Sean?
on hwweekly.threadless.com.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you, brother.
We got some new merch designs coming up here on Everything Pro Wrestling soon as well. Yeah, as soon as I get them, I'll let you guys know, I promise. We have Clash in Paris. Another matchup here. It is actually going to be a Donnybrook match. Sheamus versus Rusev. Yeah, I'm not.
Look, they both get a pay-per-view payday, so that I'm happy for them. It's going to be just like any other match I've seen with them on Raw.
I imagine Rusev should win this, but
Rusev will win. That's my prediction. Yes, sir.
I would rather see Sheamus trying to go for the IC title, but I don't think we're going to get that. And Rusev probably needs more of the. He's got more of the what's it called, the sprinkle dust on him. He's newer, shinier toy right now, so I can see it happening.
Once he wins, they're not going to do nothing with him.
Yeah, I just hope that they.
Karrion Kross.
GCW Homecoming up on Triller TV if you guys want to go back and watch it.
Big shout out to GCW. I mean, big shout out to GCW and kudos to them for going and showing their. It's ridiculous. WWE is so stupid. They're so freaking stupid.
Million views.
Let that dude and by the way, let that dude and that woman walk out the door. They have money written all over them. What? It's so stupid.
The next thing that's coming up is a spoiler. I don't know. Maybe we can make some type of noise for spoiler. Pew, pew, pew. I'm letting you know. Spoiler is coming up here.
That was rough.
What, that sound?
Yeah, that was.
What do you want me to do? That's breaking news. I need something else.
You could have done way better than that, bro. That was really.
Give me a sound that should be spoiler. Milk curdling. You want me to make that noise?
Are you ready? I'm gonna give it to you. You ready? Pause. I'm gonna give it to you.
Play. I can't do that.
Yeah,
I can't do
that. Because what you did, whatever you did was rough. That was rough.
Well, rough is the way that we like it over here on Clash of the Podcast. We have a new match announced. It is going to be Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella. Like I said, a few moments here for spoilers.
What did you just say?
You're just going to let me... We're going to just go through
that. Wow.
Listen, I got to say, real quick for the spoiler part of this, from watching this on Raw, can I just say, Nikki Bella's promo, absolutely disgusting lies throughout that promo.
She's terrible.
No, and I think it just shows how far advanced we have gotten with some of the stuff. I was like, oh my goodness, this feels like 2011 promos.
Word.
No. If you're going to do that, then I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, like your ex so-and-so? And I was like,
Yo, she's trash, bro. And you know what else? When I see Hall of Famer or hear Hall of Famer associated with her name, oh, man, what a disgrace. What a freaking disgrace. Oh, man, like all jokes aside, I'm not even playing right now, bro. Nikki Bella being in the Hall of Fame is disgusting. I mean, just give anybody a Hall of Fame induction. Jesus Christ. That's terrible, man. Doug, you're out of control, Doug. Shout out to Doug.
Look at this. No kink shaming. The chat went wild. Bella, stay away from wrestling. John.
No, that's like, I'm serious, man. I'm serious. Like Nikki Bella and Nikki specifically, because Brie doesn't push my buttons in the same way. I don't know why. I don't have a problem with Brie.
Oh, that music does. You talk about that rough music I just did. There is nothing worse than hearing Bremo. If I had never had to hear a song again, I would pick that one.
It is terrible. The music is terrible. But as a human, and as
I like Brie. Yeah.
Brie is just not. She's not as annoying, bro. Like Nikki is terrible, bro.
But Nikki's better in the ring, though. That's why Nikki.
Maybe that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah. So here, I'll say this: what hurt me the most in all of this, so that we can wrap it up, so people don't have to hear the spoiler. But, dude, when they had to acknowledge like the Bellas started this revolution, I was like, dude, cut it out.
Take it easy.
Next, we're gonna be hearing about how Stephanie started it with them. It wasn't them, bro.
Conrad Cushman. I'm taking the words right out of your mouth because it's blowing my mind right now. It's making my head explode. Wasn't it Nikki and Brie, and I believe it was Alicia Fox in the ring, And the revolution, or evolution as it turned out to be, was the ushering in of Charlotte, Sasha, Becky, and eventually later on Bayley. That was the evolution. Nikki and Brie and Alicia Fox were the problem. Why is nobody are we just gonna rewrite history? Are we gonna just rewrite history? Like Brie, that was supposed. Brie, I'm getting upset, Conrad. I'm getting literally like kayfabe upset right now. Brie and Nikki were the problem. They were the problem. And they brought people in to solve the problem. And Nikki's the revolutionary person that started this whole movement? Are you serious?
Yeah. The real revolution started in NXT.
They act like we don't remember. That's the problem. That's the thing that bothers me, bro.
But haven't I told you this company history is rewritten by the winners? People start regurgitating these stories. I think I've told you. Like Stephanie did invent women's wrestling. Oh, shut up, Rob. And I got to mention Clown here real quick. If Coco could be in the Hall of Fame, I don't mind the bells. No. I'm about to get historical real quick though for Clown. Coco Beware is a legend. Maybe not in WWE, but if you look up his old matches, Coco Beware is a legend. And I want you to look up Coco Beware backstage stories. Coco Beware will knock somebody out. He don't play that. Now, Frankie and the Bird and all that, it's what it is, all right? It's what it is. They put him in the Hall of Fame, but I just don't think the Bellas should be talking like this. But like Sean said, half the audience is brand new now, Sean. From when we started podcasting, me and Sean have these personal conversations. From when we started podcasting, stuff has changed. And people don't remember the stuff we remember now. And this is why I hope you guys would tell people to listen to us, to give us a chance. Because I promise you, I'm not BSing you. I'll tell you the truth. They were in the ring with this. All of this stuff happened. But you ain't going to rewrite history.
Bree, I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the back. And I challenge our chat to do their homework. And check me and Conrad on the things that we say. When the first moment, Facts Miracle, the first moment of the woman's revolution that turned into evolution was an in-ring segment. It was an in-ring segment where Brie, it was called Team Bella. It was Nikki, Brie, and they recruited Alicia Fox. And Nikki was the longest reigning Divas champion. Okay?
And that was out of spite, too.
It was. Paige. AJ Lee. Exactly. She was the longest. And then Stephanie, and I'm not going to, whatever. She brought in Rebecca Quinn, a.k.a. Becky Lynch. Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, and a couple of weeks later, Bayley. So again, Conrad, I say, the Bellas were the institution. The Bellas were the problem. So how can you fast forward 10 years and say that Nikki and Brie were the foundation of the movement? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Conrad, I'm serious, bro.
Oh no, dude.
How does that make any sense?
I agree, man. And then the chat went crazy. They started saying, "What about the Nasty Boys? Are you talking about for Hall of Fame?" Sure. If it's the WWE Hall of Fame, sure. Anyone could be in at this point. It's whatever. The Nasty Boys are.
I'll be damned. And I said damned. Yes, I said I'll be damned if I let anybody say with a straight face that Nikki Bella is the. I can't even. I'm about to throw up in my mouth, bro. Nikki Bella was the revolutionary force behind the women's movement. Nikki Bella's a pioneer? In what way? In what way is Nikki Bella a pioneer?
Matt Lopez, what about Power and Glory?
You know who's more of a pioneer than Nikki Bella? Do you know who's more of a pioneer than Nikki Bella? I'll tell you who's more of a pioneer than Nikki Bella. Deborah.
All right, we're out. We're out, folks. Hi. People are bringing up high energy in the chat, defending Coco.
Break. I mean, high energy should be more of a Hall of Fame talent than the. Bro, I can't even talk about this anymore. My head's about to explode. Are we really saying that Nikki Bella revolutionized pro wrestling?
Well, she's saying. I mean, let's be honest.
Oh my.
Here, let's finish this up. I don't know what's going to be the main event of this show. It might be this match, but John Cena versus Logan Paul. John Cena should win. I don't know why we are doing this. I don't know why they feel this is necessary. Maybe someone requested it. I have no clue.
John Cena wins. Move on.
Main event time. 4-way. We got the visionary Seth Rollins. We have LA Knight, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Yeet Man, whatever you want to call them. They're out in these streets, man. Seth wins.
You know what my heart says, and you know what my head says. Like I'll let you say it, bro. What does my heart say?
Jey Uso gets the championship back.
What does my head say?
Seth Rollins wins. LOL.
Let's move on.
Who takes the pin in the match if Seth wins, though?
LA Knight.
Okay, I see some say I feel like it might be Jay in this, but I'll say Jay because I feel like they're going to try and keep LA Knight happy. It's between whoever's going to be more upset between Jay and LA Knight. Who's going to be upset at it?
Okay.
I don't think Punk's going to volunteer himself to take the pin. He could, but
well, no, I agree with you.
Yeah. Yo, chill. I'm just looking at the chat. Seth wins over Punk. Punk takes the pin, McKinney says. Pin it.
Wow.
McKinney said ready for, or MJB said ready for Clash to be over now. Why are you saying that, MJB? The most upset person will be Rikishi. The Lakers said. He got some other problems he needs to worry about this week.
Oh my.
Clown said, playing devil's advocate, there have been so many up-and-coming female wrestlers who claim that Bellas and Total Divas are inspiration to become pros in that sense. They did kind of inspire. You're not wrong. He's not wrong about that, though, Sean. I have heard from folks, we have younger podcasters that we work with sometimes, and I've heard people say that. Not the ones that we know, but I know some that have said that the Bella Twins, and I get that. Like, that's your era, that's your thing. I have just never been behind it. Like, I'm not going to paint this history that people loved them. They were not loved. They were like John Cena. Like, they were booed often. Mm-hmm. Like, no, people weren't feeling them in the IWC especially. So take it with a grain of salt. I mean, I just think sometimes they cap for them, and it could be based on who they were related to at the time, things like that.
Bro. El Capitan.
Yeah. What El Capitan? What is that?
Come on, bro. Like, please. Give me a break, Nikki Bell, please. And notice I'm saying Nikki more than Brie. Brie just did not annoy me as much as Nikki does.
MJB said I'm tired of these lousy cards orchestra. Oh, he's talking about Clash in Paris. Our name is Clash of the Podcast. That's what you're talking about us.
I'm not gonna lie, MJB. I'm not gonna lie. I thought MJB was like coming for us right there. Bro.
A little self-centered, I know, but I'm just saying.
Sorry, we have our moments when we think everything's about us. So we thought when you said Clash, it was like, oh my, okay.
Yeah. Sean, we talked about it last week, but I just got to make sure it's known again. WrestlePalooza and AEW All Out will be happening same bat time, different bat channels. I'll be at All Out. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I know what you're going to be watching, but you could say it for the viewers at home.
I'll be watching All Out. Are they on a no, I'm not. Now, one thing I'm not going to do is lie to our people, or to you. If they're on at different times, I'll watch both. But if they're on at the same time, I'm watching All Out.
Listen, I'm going to be trying to make it back. To get back here,
so I mean, help me out.
I think it's the same time.
Oh well, I'll be watching All Out then. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're gonna make people choose with the eyeballs this time. Like, you could try and watch both, but you're. Do you want to see WrestlePalooza? 5 matches, WrestlePalooza. You better have at least 6 on there. I'm gonna be tight, man.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. If it's at the same time, then oh my.
And it's going to be on ESPN. We found out that deal ended quickly. Peacock got bamboozled, bro. They were like, 2 WrestleManias, that counts as 2 pay-per-views. 2 SummerSlams, that's 2 pay-per-views. See you in September.
That is the ultimate in
And Sean, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
We've been talking. No, me and you. Look at me. We've been talking about these shows. We've been talking about them making these moves, bro. And when they made these moves, I was like, yo, why on earth They're not done negotiating some of the TV deals yet. I checked, I'm good. I think you checked, you're good. Yep. But there's other people who have YouTube TV that they're like, yo, I don't have it. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Get the deals done first before you do that. And now I want to show you first run WWE programming on these platforms. On Monday, we have Raw. That's on Netflix. Tomorrow, Tuesday, NXT on the CW. Evolve Wednesday. It's on Tubi. That's a Fox affiliate. Mm-hmm. Nothing Thursday. If they get TNA, GG. SmackDown Friday on USA. Saturday night's main event, they have been bestowed to Peacock now instead of NBC. We won't talk about those issues though.
And by the way, and not to cut you off, but to kind of like add to what you're saying, that is a ploy. You have Saturday night's main event as a Peacock exclusive, which means you want to have to buy Peacock, but they got another thing coming when it comes to Sean Hubbard.
And NXT PLEs will be going there.
Nobody gives a crap about that. Move on.
And right after Saturday night's main event, be sure to catch Saved by the Bell, the college year.
Oh my God.
sorry. Rob knows I've been going on these like paths where I just start watching everything afterwards.
I'm not even mad at you, bro. That's funny.
Yeah, just watching a lot of old stuff lately. Substitutes coming up next, man. We're gonna watch that little old school movie there. Premium live events is gonna be on ESPN and AAA's on YouTube. They have themselves spread out pretty thick at this point.
Look, I'm gonna say something that's not gonna get us canceled because I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna insinuate it. When you put people's feet to the fire, bro, and I'm talking to you, World Wrestling Moderate Entertainment, I'm going to call you WWME. When you and chat, pick up on what I'm saying, y'all. Okay? Conrad, if you haven't gotten it yet, you will. That's also what you said.
Thank you, Joel. Clarify, there's a difference in the start times.
When you put people's feet to the fire, people are going to pull their feet away. And I'm not saying that wrestling fans are going to stop being wrestling fans. But when you start pushing, Conrad Cushman, somebody's going to push back. And somebody's going to find a way. And that's where I'm going to stop talking. Because we don't advocate anything. But you know what I'm trying to say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes some people are going to push back because they're so used to people laying down for them. You know,
yeah.
I'm not to disrespect the old Ring of Honor and TNA, but they were like, oh, we don't want any smoke with you. Some people are going to be like, nah, okay. Oh, you want to follow me? Okay.
Okay.
And you know what? And this is what I love, though, about the competition, because now, Tony, you better bring a really good show, bro. They're trying to take stuff away from you.
Yeah.
So you better hold it down. Delay Grant said AEW's main event could be Orange Cassidy versus Orange Julius, and it's still going for all out for me. Orange Julius about to go to Dairy Queen. Joel said, don't be talking about the college years. I got the season on digital. No joke.
I'm standing at the edge of tomorrow.
I'm mad you know this.
How far I go. I'm standing at the edge of tomorrow. Never seen such a view before. I don't know the rest of the word. The fact that I knew that much is pretty bad.
Preppy, Screech, we're going out. I love it. I'm
standing at the edge of tomorrow. Today.
Yo, if anybody's going to be at All Out, send me a message, man, and I'll definitely take a photo with you, slap you up, do something. So if you're going to be there, let me know, man. I know we do have some listeners in the great Canada area. And you know what? Shout out to our listeners in the UK and our listeners in India as well. I just had to make mention of that because I know people listen to us there. All right, man, let's get into Forbidden Door. Basically, this is me getting Sean's thoughts on it because I'm interested to hear what he thought of this show. Zero Hour. Great
review by you guys, you and Derek, my guy Derek. You guys did a fantastic job.
Oh, I jumped ahead. I'm sorry. 0 Hour. Any thoughts on this? Anything you want me to bring up here?
First of all, say thank you, rudeness.
Sean, we know we're great.
Good God.
So wow. 0 Hour. I'm kidding.
What has happened to you? Listen to this guy. See, too many pats on the back for the GOAT, man. 0 Hour is kind of like, I like Renee. I like Double J.
Well, they false advertised this number one.
Yeah, facts.
We want to see Danielson and Renee reunite. And they were like, "Nah, I played you."
It was all right. I mean, we saw the ops. I like the ops. That's about it.
That was good. With this show, you got to cram so many people on, so the pre-show matches kind of matter for Forbidden Door. They're like, cool. Sorry, I'm looking at what people are saying. Yo, I was just singing that. Tony Khan's family in real life has that money. Yeah, they could choose for the next 10 years on AEW and write it off for tax purposes. TKO has to make money. I mean, they got bread too, though.
Well said.
And it's not theirs.
Seen such a view before. That song is in my head now.
It is. Not a bad thing, though. Not a bad thing. So
Deborah, I see you, McKinney.
Opening up, we had Edge and Christian taking on Kip Sabian and Killswitch. What'd you think, brother?
I love Edge and Christian. Always have and always will.
And I love that Christian didn't change. He's still a jerk.
Still a jerk. When Edge tried to hug him, it was great. I love it. And I love their music. Both of their music, like Edge and Christian's music are phenomenal. Anyway, let me stop, man. It just felt good, bro. And I like the fact that the storyline's continuing because you still don't know if Christian's going to be all the way, with Edge. You never know. He could turn on Edge for all we know. But I think it's going to cultivate and it's going to end up moving into the direction of them being tag team champions. But we know from later on in the night that the people that we thought would be tag team champions actually, did you predict that match correctly? I think you did.
No, I didn't. I picked FTR. I was wrong.
Gotcha.
And we got to send some prayers up to Nick Wayne, who was originally supposed to be in the match. But I think now this opens them up for in a few weeks that they have another story to tell where Christian and Nick Wayne can main event a Collision or a Dynamite, and you have a story that's back there and it's told already.
And it's good to know, just to give some encouragement, like I think at the end of the day, a broken foot, as bad as it is, a broken foot, I think he'll be back in a couple of months compared to like a couple of, 6 months. I think he'll be back relatively soon.
Yeah. And I love that Sabian and Luchasaurus haven't teamed together, right? So they had a lot of issues together. Mm-hmm. That's how I took it. Like, we're not used to each other, so we're messing up. I guess we'll get into the next matchup, which was Kyle Fletcher versus Hiromu Takahashi, Sean. This was just a solid bout. Like, this is one of those international Brian Pillman versus Jushin Liger for people our age. Like, great match just between two people from two different companies.
100%. Good wrestling performance by both guys. But I told you, Kyle Fletcher is your forever TBS champion. TNT. Excuse me.
Yeah, and I think he's got star written all over him. Star. And I hope New Japan does something different with Hiromu eventually. I know he's still in like the junior division. Move that brother up, man. I think it's time. I don't care. Lie. Say he ate some cupcakes or something. Like, put him in that heavyweight division and let's see what he can do.
Matthew, version 1.
Wearing garbage bags for a week. Oh,
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm trying to remember what the third match was here. Hold on. I'm pulling up my notes here because now I can't remember the order of things because I'm getting old. Oh, it was our girls.
Yep.
It was Mercedes. Mercedes, I'm not gonna lie, bro. She looked like a star in that entrance. I loved it. The British Royal Guard. I remember it this time.
Mercedes is her, bro. The problem is I don't know if the belt thing is working anymore.
What are you talking about? People cry every time, and then I'll ask people the same question I ask every time she wins a belt. Oh, tell me more about your favorite Discovery Scottish independent pro wrestlers since you're complaining about her winning that title. What are you mad about? Tell me.
I mean, no, I'm not mad about it. I like it. I just don't love it.
I think she's doing it on purpose because she knows people are going to complain. Oh, another belt, blah. And I'm like, it's not your belt.
She has more belts than Ultimo Dragon.
She's not there yet. Ultimo had 10, I think. So she's
Ultimo Dragon did not have 10 belts.
I think he did. Hold on.
Oh no, he did not.
Hold on. I'm
pulling it up right now, bro. Don't mess with me, bro.
Well, time out. We gotta preface something before we do this. Wait, don't start pulling it up yet.
Okay.
Are we talking about, because some of the belts are unified with each other, like the Rev Pro title and the Queen of the Southside title, I believe, are like together. You get what I'm saying?
I do.
The Owen Hart belt is not a belt, really. It is a It is a tournament.
Well, one thing I could never, ever be accused of.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for the apology. I got it.
Well, it's on the way if you.
Let
me speak, okay? One thing, I was mid-sentence when you cut me off. You're so excited about being right for a change.
For a change?
For a change. It turns out one thing you can never say about Sean, when I'm wrong, I will gladly admit that I'm wrong. I thought it was 8, and I was wrong. It's 10. But let's be honest, in about 3 weeks, she'll have 11.
I was about to hit the Bobby Heenan. Perfect. Get a load of this guy across the table from us talking about me being wrong.
I'm just saying. For once. Will you stop?
Let me ask you this. Who else impressed you in this match? Like, take Mercedes. We already know how great Mercedes is. Who did you like in this matchup here?
Well, the one forgive me for not pronouncing the name right, but Persephone, she was fantastic in the match.
Yes.
And her emotions at the end made me invested.
Yeah, she never skips a leg day. I can tell you that.
That's a fact. Good. She's a problem too, in more ways than one.
Alex Windsor's kind of my surprise one, where I think a lot of people thought Alex Windsor was going to come in and kind of fade out based on her like past appearances. Alex Windsor's pretty good. And Bozilla's the one that everyone's talking about, the 21-year-old phenom. And Rob had a great quote. I wish that he put it in here again, but he might be busy.
Well, at the end of the day, Bozilla's on her way to superstar.
Did you like the Vader mask, like the little mask with the smoke coming out?
It was fire, bro.
Yo, but with Bozilla, I want to say this. 21 years old, a German wrestler wrestling for a Japanese wrestling company in England for an American championship is crazy to say. Pro wrestling is great when it's diversified, isn't it?
I know exactly what you mean, Delayed Grats, and you're 100% correct.
Size is straight. Yes, and Persephone. All right, yeah. You and Derek now. I gotta watch y'all.
Can I get the yams? Sweet yams. Show me the way.
You singing that just reminded me it's about to be Thanksgiving season as soon as that Labor Day hits. My favorite holiday.
The seasons are changing, bro. The holidays are hit. Yo, college football.
What country are you going to be in this year for the holiday, Sean? Sean always leaves me for a little bit. Like, he just disappears. He's like, yeah, I'm going to Brazil for a couple weeks to eat some steaks and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. Are we doing Clash or what's up?
First of all, leaving the country is just not factual. I may be out of state, and I will be out of state. I will be returning to the Rock's home away from home, Miami, Florida. But Clash will continue on like it always does. So stop it. Just stop it, Conrad. I'm so tired of you putting out this false narrative that only time I've missed the show is when I was damn near dead with the flu. That's the only time I've ever missed a show, ever.
We don't accept excuses here at Clash. Now, set that iPad up.
You are heartless.
Pull that blanket up and let's do this.
Get to work.
Let's talk some wrestling. And we do love them candied yams, Delayed Grass. I ain't gonna
hold you. Conrad, you're terrible.
Yo, John L, what's good, bro?
Oh man, welcome. That's funny. What up, John L? Welcome.
Joe just said I laughed out loud. I'm going to Brazil.
I'm telling you, bro. Yo, Joe, listen, Conrad, you're out of control, bro. I love it.
I know.
He said, get over it. You gotta your temperature's 105. No big deal.
Kick out.
That's great.
Speaking of kicking out, Nigel McGuinness failed to do that in this match. Zack Sabre Jr. and him wrestled a technical masterpiece. I really enjoy the technical parts of wrestling. If that's your jam, you're going to love this match. If it's not your jam, I would tell you to probably skip it. But what'd you think of this one?
I don't like Zack Sabre Jr. And you know why? Because Zack Sabre Jr. is going to make me revamp my entire top 10 list of wrestlers of all time of 2025, because that guy, and I don't like to be wrong, and he has elevated himself. He's like in my top 5.
Bro, when you talk about
is amazing.
When you talk about technical greats, bro, I better hear the name Nigel McGuinness. Mm-hmm. I better hear the name Zack Sabre Jr., Kurt Angle, Bret Hart. I'm not even joking when I say some of these names.
Yes.
He who we shall not speak of at one point was probably in there.
He's he should
remain nameless.
No, I'm having trouble speaking. My God. He that shall remain nameless. God, that was tough to say. is arguably the best. It's just unfortunate the situation.
Yeah. Garcia and Yuta, I think, are two people that are trying to get up to that level. I think they're great too. I don't think they get enough credit for their in-ring skill.
Facts.
Were you shocked Garcia didn't turn? No turn from Garcia. Just he got admonished by the referee like a child. Get off the ropes. What did I tell you about? I was like, man, they gave the referee some.
Yeah.
Okay, Stephon Smith.
I mean, he didn't turn. Yes, I am shocked, but we know what's coming down the pike, so who cares?
Yeah, it's kind of like save it. I think they're like you think it's happening tonight.
Yeah, it's coming. I mean, it's clearly coming. Pause.
Play. So we got a backstage fight with Thekla and Queen Aminata. Speaking of coming, these two are coming full force, getting ready for a big fight. Chocolate kisses too, by the way, from Queen Aminata. Love it. She headbutted the mess out of Thekla here. Madness runs down, and then we get the return of Jamie Hayter. I was happy to hear Jamie Hayter's music.
Yeah, I was happy to hear, but the interaction was corny. They couldn't get themselves together in the walkway, in the aisleway.
Who are you talking about?
Jamie, it felt like they were supposed to attack, but then they weren't supposed to attack, and it was just awkward.
Yeah, I mean, the middle of the aisle is a weird place to have a brawl.
Yeah, it's just like the tag title match. Oh my.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Oh, please.
Yes, Danielson was great on commentary, Matt. I will fully agree with that. Skipped it. Like watching crabs wrestle. Technical wrestling is boring. Come on.
Wow, McKinney.
McKinney, you don't like any of the I'm trying to think of a great show where what's a technical match that you love, Sean? That's
a
just
technical match that I absolutely love has to be Kurt versus Who Shall Remain Nameless.
Yeah, all of them, right? Like you could name
and Bret Hart versus Bob Backlund too.
The first one, right? 1990.
The first one on WWE Superstars on 1993 when Bob one thing I got to say about Bret Hart, he's a no good SOB. You know why? How many times do I have to raise your hand? He let you raise the hand the first time, Bret, and you just got to keep piling on, showing off, trying to make Bob Backlund feel this tall. But, Bret Hart got absolutely everything he deserved. Me, as a 7-year-old kid, could not have been happier. That pink and black idiot.
Turns out Bret was right because that man then started trying to make you name every single president for an autograph. So, Bret was right in the long run.
At the end of the day, he's here to homogenize, synchronize, and galvanize you into morality, okay? He's trying to get you to a better place, Conrad. Have some respect. First of all, he never lost a title in 1978 or since 1978. And he whatever the match was in 1983, he never lost the title. Okay?
He blames his manager.
Well, Arnold Skolin had no right. And by the way, the fact that I know these names is scary. It's scary. It's downright scary.
I love it, though. I love it. Getting back into this, let's talk about this match, which I thought was a great match.
It was
until we got to the finish.
Yeah,
and then it got
and I got nothing but sadness when it comes to that finish. Now I'm not making fun of it; it just bothers me.
Yeah, I think this is what happens when you try to do too much. I was shocked at the ending of the masked people being revealed, being Ricochet and GOA. And then, did you see the after video for it? Why Ricochet said why he did it?
No.
He played that video when MVP grabbed him. He was like, "Oh, you thought I forgot?" And he just played the video with them, and he was like, "I never forget." And then GOA were just there. And who did they beat during the tag title run? GOA. So
nice.
Very interesting. FTR, we all thought they had it, and then they just got caught off guard, man. Bandito.
That they did.
Yeah. I think that finish would have been set up and pretty cool. And a thing I haven't noticed, I know Brody King was wearing the Abolish Ice merch and all that stuff, but him teaming with Bandito, and they're good friends. I just love how it's all set up, man. It's really great. I kind of feel bad for Buddy that he's not in the spot, but he's injured. I understand. I kind of went through that with Derek a lot, on the Dynamite reviews. Derek's like, man, Buddy should be in the spot. But I'm like, Derek, but I understand too. He's hurt.
True. He's injured. That's the unfortunate part.
Yeah, because I do think they were going to be the guys possibly to beat them. They were one of the teams. I was like, it could be them, but it was here. Chill. I love that people are talking about Bret Hart and Arnold Skolin.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, look, let me ask you a question. Did Bob Backlund give up in Madison Square Garden? Did he give up?
No, he just...
Okay, so let me ask you another question. Chat, let me ask you another question. If Bob Backlund was the World Wrestling Federation champion in 1978 up until 1983, and he defended the title against Iron Sheik and never gave up, doesn't that mean that technically Bob Backlund was champion from 1978 all the way up until December of 1994 when he lost the title to Diesel? He never really lost the championship. We just
forgot about Macho Man and all them in between. They just never.
Well, it's not my fault. God rest his soul. It's not my fault that Macho Man came along when he did. Look, Hogan, Macho, Ric Flair, all those guys. To me, there should be an asterisk next to all their title reigns. Bob Backlund, in my mind, 78 to 88 is 10 years. Another 2 is 12, and then you got 4. Bob Backlund was World Wrestling Federation champion for 14 years, and it's a damn shame that the record books don't show that. Don't reflect that. It's a damn shame.
If that reign wasn't so quick, I swear that should have been Owen's reign. But I'm gonna let this go at this point.
Well, don't get me
should have
started.
been.
Don't get me. Yeah. Oh man, don't get me started on that.
That's
a fact, bro.
Bro, Dito become the tag champs. I'm happy for them. Let's see where this goes. But did FTR versus Edge and Christian need the tag belts? I don't think so. Not at this point.
It didn't. But that's the difference between you and me, my brother. I would have liked it.
I wouldn't have been mad either, though. I'm good either way with it. Right, but I was like, it doesn't need it, but it would have been fine. I told you, you have this issue of you have the acclaimed Young Bucks and FTR, and you can't keep going back to them. You got to switch it up sometimes.
Venture off a little bit.
Yeah. Let's get into, Swerve Strickland and Kazuchika Okada. For someone who's been wrestling with a torn meniscus for 6 years, my guy Swerve still put on, man. I love the outfit, too. I don't know. Have you seen the new Superman movie?
I have.
Did you like the Mr. Terrific?
Fire. One thing about Swerve, he's always on top of his game.
Mm-hmm. And Okada, dude, he turned it on again. Like I said, he turns it on when he wants to. Okada's really good.
McKinney. As soon as this show is over, Conrad Cushman and anybody else in this chat, damn it, as soon as this show is over, when we all put the kids to bed, when we all check on the wives or the girlfriends or the fiancés, I dare you, look at me, I dare you to go to the 1994 Survivor Series, not the match, McKinney, the post-match interview. Bob Backlund with his top beautiful cap teeth and his terrible yellow bottoms, telling the world. Well, I'm not lying. Telling the world. Why would you only put caps on the top? That's so stupid.
He had to get the payday first.
That's it. He didn't get the winner's money, man. Let's move on. That's so stupid. I know he just got the caps on the top and the bottom are terrible.
What did you think of this match and the aftermath from it? We all know Swerve wasn't winning. Once they played into the knee too much, I think everybody knew, Swerve's not winning this. And thank you, Matt, for letting us know he goes into surgery Wednesday. Prayers up to all the injuries on this. And I'll say to Will Ospreay, too, before I forget that when we get to the main.
I mean, it's just a shame. I mean, because I love Swerve so much, man. And he's done so much for black wrestling and wrestling, period. I mean, the match was phenomenal, just like we all thought it would, man. I mean, how could you go wrong? The only thing that was possibly, you know what I'm saying, a setback was the fact that he was injured. So maybe it wouldn't have been, maybe instead of it being a 5-star match, it would have been a 6-star match, even though there is no such thing. But those two guys are just phenomenal, man. I mean, the right guy won, especially considering the injury. But, man, I mean, Swerve is just phenomenal. Okada's phenomenal. I would have liked to see one kick out of the Rainmaker and then maybe hit him with another one. But that's my only small critique of the match.
Yeah, I mean, the Rainmaker's been kicked out of thousands of times, too. So I don't think it would have hurt anything. What did you feel about the aftermatch shenanigans of Swerve getting his knee busted up? That was fine. And then We see a return. Nana chases them out with the pipe. They run away, and then Sean, your favorite's back. Man, I thought of you instantly as soon as I seen it. I'm like, oh, I can hear Sean now tomorrow. Your boy Wardlow is back.
When you know that someone's terrible, and then they come back and remind you that you were right the entire time. I mean, the dude is a stumbling, bumbling Goldberg knockoff. I don't know what is attractive. When I say attractive, I mean attractive from a wrestling standpoint about this guy that people like so much. Wardlow is terrible. Wardlow makes, if I had to choose between Wardlow and Braun Breaker, I would choose Braun Breaker. And everybody knows how I feel about Braun Breaker. Wardlow is awful. Who is a Wardlow fan? Who?
I don't hate Wardlow. I mean, I won't say I'm not a fan. I don't know.
Dude is terrible, Conrad. Dude is terrible.
I see potential in him, though. I think he had something for the. You thought the powerbomb stuff wasn't there?
It's terrible, man. It's terrible. He's so generic and such a knockoff.
I felt bad for him, though. He got saddled with some bad stuff and a lot of bad luck, too.
Well, it's not about personal stuff. I mean,
but it affected his career. Like, yeah, okay. My car got broken into and they stole my passport. Sorry, you can't go to this show now. Like,
look, I never wish anything bad on anybody from a personal level. But my God, he's terrible, man. His character stinks, bro. Stinks.
Yo, the Don Callis family is OP, as Matt Lopez just said.
That's a fact.
Like, yo, that is crazy. And then Wardlow is back. I popped. He needs Don Callis as the mouthpiece. I don't know if you agree with that. It should help him.
It should help him. I mean, having Don Callis talk for you. I mean, now he can keep his stupid mouth shut. That'll help him.
By the way, Konosuke Takeshita got the superstar entrance out of all of them. And I told people this. I know this is going to sound disrespectful, but there is the Don Callis A team and the Don Callis B team. And we know
that. We know that.
And Konosuke got the solo entrance. He's going to challenge, I think, Sean, at the King of Pro Wrestling for the world title. He's cashing in his title shot early. He's not waiting until Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh, that's exciting. Let's move. I don't care.
No, but do you see what they're setting up here?
I do. I'm not an idiot, Conrad. I picked up on everything you're saying.
Show my boy Konosuke some love then here.
He's okay. He's not I like him. But what do you want me to say? He's the second coming of Jushin Thunder Liger? He's good. He's good. Look at me. I'm saying he's good. What more do you want?
We're about to have a beef because right now, I think this guy is wrestler of the
He's
year.
great. Takeshi is great.
He's the wrestler of the year, in my opinion.
Oh!
It's him or Bandito.
What?
It's him or Bandito. He doesn't need to.
Oh, Conrad, you have to be an all-around guy to be a wrestler of the year. You know
he's got Don Callis.
You know the wrestler of the year is Jey Uso is the wrestler of the. I'm kidding. I'm obviously kidding. I like Takeshita, but I don't think he's the great. What do you think? He's top 5 in the world?
I think right now he is functioning at being the best wrestler. Like if you're giving your wrestler of the year right now today, everything stops. Who do you give wrestler of the year to?
Will Ospreay.
Oh wait, time out. I shouldn't have said that. Let me rewind that.
Okay.
Because Will Ospreay's about to miss, I guess, the next 4 months.
Okay. Well, right. Okay.
I think by the end of the year, though, Takeshita has been solid since the beginning of the year, and Bandito's my number 2, and he would get it if he didn't miss some time in the beginning.
Okay, like I said, I don't know what you want me to say, brother. Like, I think he's an excellent. Okay,
if not Will, who else? Give me run down some more names then.
Swerve Strickland.
Not bad again. But once again, like I said, I'm playing into the injuries.
Like I don't know what.
Like I know they're hurt though. That's the thing. I know they're hurt. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't give Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns has missed too much time.
But I think that Konosuke Takeshita is one of the people that is going to be your big baby face. If you do this right, he could be your big baby face.
But he has to learn how to cut a promo.
See, I don't think that's always necessary because that's not fair to international people because you're capping them instantly.
I respect it. But you know what? Whoa, did y'all hear that?
Your mic cut out.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is my mic working again?
Yeah.
Thank you,
just cut out for that second.
Okay, that's why I was like, what that? Like, Asuka's getting her chops together, right? Asuka's starting to find her voice. Io Sky's starting to find her voice.
I have an argument, but I don't want to spoil for Raw.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll save it afterward.
All I'm saying is that it's hard because I don't want to put them. I don't want to pigeonhole them. I don't.
But you get what I'm saying, though?
I do.
Certain people, because they're gonna be like, "Oh, I don't."
You make a very good point. I don't know what the remedy for that would be. He's a very, very, very good professional wrestler, but to be wrestler of the year, you think he's the best wrestler in the world today?
I think so. I think if you ask me to put down who I'm giving my vote to, I'm giving it to him.
For wrestler of the year?
Sean, he's been in DDT putting on the best matches. New Japan, he's not even from here. He don't go here, and he's putting on the best matches. I'm like, that guy is the champ.
He's been a top 5 performer in the world this year. That's as far as I'm gonna go. And I'm not disrespecting him by. Oh, is that disrespectful?
Oh no, not top 5. You know what I mean?
Am I slapping him in the face by calling him a top 5 performer? I like him. I just don't love him.
Okay.
Love is. And pause, of course. But I'm saying love is a strong word, bro. I love Will Ospreay. I love Swerve Strickland.
I do too. I'm just saying that when we start adding up matches, like if we're talking about promos count, then don't how long you were in the game this year count too?
It does. I'm
just saying.
Yes.
So, all right, let's move on here. I want to get some more thoughts.
That was a good debate.
It was. Timeless Toni Storm and Athena. Contract executed.
I mean, I guess they just felt like it wasn't the right time to take the title off of her. I mean, that's cool. I mean,
I think Athena's got bigger fish to fry. I think they really want her to get to that 1,000 days.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's got to win at the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, is she ever going to be world champion? Because to me, you can't just have her being on this undefeated streak and then not win a world title. I mean, she's the Ring of Honor world champion, but
right. But she was there to elevate that brand. I think the time will come. I don't know when. Right. Like I said, Mercedes is going to have to drop a bunch of these belts, and to who is the question.
Right.
I think her name's on that list. Statlander and Willow. Like I think those names are all on the list as people who could possibly take over and get a run.
Agreed.
Let's see here.
Good match, by the way.
Yeah, it was. It was excellent in my opinion. Enjoyed it. And guess what Toni Storm won with? The cross-face chicken wing.
I mean, it's just good storytelling, bro. One thing about Toni Storm, she could tell a story in that ring. This character has I mean, this is the best work she's ever done in her whole career.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo, T-Ferg, wild, bro. Wild. I love it.
Yo, no one. Oh, wow.
Athena, I believe time will come. Toni Storm looked like cotton candy.
She did, though. That's actually a pretty good analogy, McKinney. That's actually pretty good.
Cracking me up. All right, let's get to the AEW World Title match. This falls under the same lines as the tag match, I could argue at the end, but I liked it, if that makes sense too. The shenanigans, I liked. I could tell MJF probably had a hand in some of this, but Hangman Page, MJF, I thought it was a good match. Like I loved it. Like these two really, they always hit. They're the young guns from the beginning days of AEW, and now they're at the top. So,
by the way, from a character standpoint and an in-ring standpoint, Hangman Page could be in the conversation for Wrestler of the Year as well.
You're not wrong, and I will gladly accept that as well. But I want to say this: these two are the example of a perfect babyface and heel. MJF is clearly the heel.
Yes.
Adam Hangman Page is clearly the face. The fans are reacting appropriately, and they were super into this.
They were. It was a phenomenal match. They did a great job. The ins and outs with the no DQ and the count out rule being in effect, it was phenomenal. I think the problem is that I knew that MJF would lose as soon it was determined that the contract was not a factor.
Oh, you don't want me to go on a rant again? Because once you pour gasoline on someone, why did they do that? That ruined I was like, dude, bad idea. Whoever decided this, and did you see what Tony Khan said? Tony Khan must be listening to this podcast. They adopted the Lucha Underground rules and said you must give at least a week's notice, at least. So you could probably call your shot at a pay-per-view if you wanted to, but at least a week's notice. I was like, thank goodness. Make it your own. Don't be WWE.
It's not Money in the Bank, right?
Yeah. Don't do that because that's trash too. Money in the Bank hurts people. I hope people know that. Like when you're the champ and someone has the briefcase, all you're thinking about is when so and so going to cash in. When's Baron Corbin going to finally come out?
Okay, I got to give you a little bit of fight back on that. Money in the Bank can break you more time than not, but it can also make you, because if you are the person that's able to successfully defend against the Money in the Bank cash in, that elevates you to an even higher level. Now, there's been times where it's happened that it shouldn't have happened.
It could
Miz,
make you hate it.
Corbin. There's times where it shouldn't have happened.
Damien Sandow.
But let's say
that's why Derek hates John Cena, right? Because he beat Damien Sandow.
I mean, I'm not mad at that because Damien Sandow was on fire. Here's the thing for me, though. Think about CM Punk at SummerSlam. How big would CM Punk be right now? I mean, that's relative. Like, he's a big
Which
guy.
SummerSlam are you talking about? Sorry.
I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about like 3 weeks ago. If CM Punk has successfully defended against Seth after that epic cash-in, I mean, how much? I mean, that's taken CM Punk to an even higher level, right?
I think people would have booed, though. I think it could turn you against people, too. Like, if that's what they wanted to see, like, you wasted that whole time for this, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I just feel like it never plays out well.
For somebody who gives WWE a very hard time, and rightfully so, Money in the Bank is one of the few things that I actually like about the company.
Yeah, listen, like you said, when done right, it works. Like I said, with Edge, it was great. But here's the problem, Sean. That was how many years ago? 20 years ago now?
20 years ago.
I'm tired of it. Like, I'm just like, dude.
Oh, you're ready for them to do away with Money in the Bank?
Take a break at least.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying overdone too much. You get 2 a year. I'm like, all right. Enough.
Okay.
And then we used to, for a little bit there, we were getting one every time. But shenanigans at the end. What'd you think? The whole foot on the rope, ref knocked out.
I like it. I think it's fine. Again, the only issue I had with the match is what happened before the match on Dynamite, when it was decided that the title would be defended without the contract being involved. To me, that was almost a guarantee that Hangman was going to win.
And I think, are we getting MJF and Briscoe? You think?
I think so. I think so, 100%. I think we're getting that, and I think we're also going to get a situation where it's going to be probably World's End when he goes for the title with the contract,
making up for when he lost it, maybe.
Yep.
Good point. Long-term booking. All right, man. Main event time. This was the classic. And after I make this announcement, the lights will go out, and the AEW event is now over.
No.
All right, here's a video package. with all
the pyro and all the entrance videos. Yeah, I guess.
Well, the Young Bucks didn't get that. They got bopped real quick.
That was funny. Yo, I gotta give Matt and Nick Jackson credit.
Mm-hmm.
They are really leaning into this whole humiliation thing. They're humbling themselves. That's pretty cool.
And when the time comes and they put them tassels back on, people are going to be cheering again.
Yeah,
I'm ready for it. I'm like, put them tassels back on to be the Young Bucks we know one more time.
Yes, sir.
Not mad at it. But what did you think of the lights out match? Crazy, different kind of cage match. Cage is on the floor, can't really get into the crowd or anything like that.
Yeah, I thought the cage was like too big, and I mean that in a fun way. Like, I was like, that cage is too big, and it was like, oh, that works. That's cool.
It was like, do you remember what was the show with Macho Man and Hogan? Like, Macho Man does the leap off the top of it. I was like,
with Sting and everything. I remember.
Yeah, I thought Macho Man broke his knees there, bro.
No, not with Sting. Not with Sting. You're talking about like Hogan
and Piper.
Yeah,
let's get rowdy. The fan tried to jump in there too. He was bugging. He got stomped out.
Or
excuse me, you gotta do the LA Knight. Hit it one time, Sean. I know you did the promo.
Well,
gotta get
stomped out. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, he went nuts. He went nuts that night. God rest his soul, Bray Wyatt. The match was great. I mean, I think the match was everything we could have hoped for it to be.
I love the comedy spot with Tanahashi going up the ladder.
That was fun.
Like, yo, bro, get down. Get down right now.
That was fun. I think the whole night was about Will Ospreay. I think the whole night we all knew what was going on. The winners being the winners really didn't bother me. I was cool with if ending either way. It was going to be no problem for me. Even if the Death Riders had won, it wouldn't have bothered me. But, I mean, to me, did they have to do Will Ospreay like that? I know he's being written off of TV, but to me, that's one time when they rolled the credits where I really thought that I was hoping that they rolled the credits. I was like, just let it. I was like, let's fade to black right now. I consider the man the best wrestler alive. We know he's going to be gone for at least a year. And then they beat the crowd. I was like, that wasn't. It's okay, but I was like, that really wasn't necessary.
Want to mention the gummy bear spot before we forget that?
Sure.
Darby getting the fork in his ear, crazy.
Yep. Well, first of all, that was too much.
I don't get squeamish. Like I said, if you watch deathmatch wrestling, what AEW does is kind of like child's play. Honestly, like it's like low key. Like, all right, what if you watch some real deathmatch wrestling, you'll see some craziness. But Moxley took good care of it.
Shout out to Miracle. Me and Miracle on the same page.
Yeah, he didn't like that post-match beatdown. Clown didn't like the cage part either. Like the baby faces couldn't climb the cage. Okay. But they did have Wheeler Yuta and Marina like beating them off with weapons, trying to hitting them with the weapons through the cage, trying to get up and over. And I was just like, okay, at least they did something here where they tried it. And then when they raised the cage, they were waiting right by the side where they needed to get out. And Darby was the weakest one and he couldn't get to him. Mm-hmm. It made sense.
I mean, big shout out to the fall off the top of the cage too. And wow.
Yo, Delayed Grass knows, like, yeah, that this is AEW's commercial version of deathmatch. Like, people probably think that's crazy. It's crazy for mainstream, but for deathmatch wrestling watchers, they're like, yeah, no, that's not crazy.
I hear you. I respect it.
Yeah, I mean, she's the pizza cutter one was. I was like, hey, yo, chill out, chill out on TV. But,
enough is enough.
Yeah, but if you're squeamish and you don't like that thing, though, I get it. I just had a conversation.
I'm not really squeamish. I was just like.
Well, Kyron was saying that. Like, he was like, yeah, I can't rock with that. And I was like, it's all good. But if that's not your thing, that's not your thing, you know?
Yep.
I can respect that too. And I don't think Clown's wrong either about them not climbing the cage. Like, I can understand it, but at the same time, I'm like, well, they did at least try to acknowledge it. Like, okay. Because it's in 2025, you can't have a top on that cage. I'm sorry to tell everybody. Like, you cannot have these guys not jumping off the cage because that's what people are going to want.
That's a fact.
The TK character in K5 is a chaos-loving heel. Yeah, he's just like, yeah, we're going to put you in these terrible matches. I'm sorry, guys. But what'd you think of the show overall? Like, what would you give this show?
Certainly not giving it a 6 out of 10.
Take it easy, Brett. 4 out of 10. Garbage wrestling.
It's about an 8.5 to me. AEW on pay-per-view is much-watched TV in my book. I'm not going to give it any higher than 8.5 because I gave AEW All In a 10. So, to me, it's like if I give that a 10, I can't give this a 10. But it was an 8.5.
I don't think you could put this one over Double or Nothing. This still may be on the lower end of their shows this year, and that's saying a lot.
Okay.
Like, that was still a good show.
I mean, AEW is the better product in ring. I mean, nobody can argue. I think it's ridiculous anybody arguing anything different. In ring, it's the best product in the world.
But what about money? I'm just kidding. Yeah. And like I said, Quills ain't wrong. 8 out of 10. That's not bad. Darby's probably going to stay away from the Forks for a while. Darby and Moxley are about to have a crazy match in Toronto, I feel, as well. That's another match I think it's guaranteed to happen. Yes, they can have a top of the cage in 2025 due to the amount of injuries that keep happening. Remember Survivor Series, War Games 2024. What do you mean the top? I'm just saying, Will Ospreay went in there and they were like, yo, Will Ospreay's going to fly. What was the main thing everyone was talking about? Who's going to jump off the cage out of the baby faces? Is it Tanahashi? Is it Will? Is it Kenny? Is it Kota? Like, people want to see people do moonsault. That's the issue with the War Games today. Like, they're always like, yeah, you got to jump off that thing.
That's the problem. I agree.
Yeah. Great show. Thank you. Thank you, good sir.
Once again, AEW wins the weekend.
Sean, man. It's time for you to do your thing, man. Take us out.
Yo, man, this is a great show, man. Make sure you guys watch Monday Night Raw. Oh, wait. My bad.
It already aired.
Okay. Well, I guess if you haven't watched it yet, take a look, but you're not missing much. Anyway, a big shout out to Conrad Cushman. Big shout out to the chat, man. Yo, this Wednesday night, 10:10 Eastern Standard Time, immediately following AEW, Conrad and my guy Derek bring you the very best AEW review anywhere on the planet, man. You already know what it is right here on the Everything Pro Wrestling channel. And oh my, this Thursday, I want to give Jocelyn, who I don't even think is in the chat tonight, big shout out to Jocelyn. I want to give Jocelyn a shout out because Jocelyn actually said something last week, Conrad, that wasn't even official. I think it was like she picked up on it and then she picked up that it was in the works. She was like, Thursday night is Hubbonomics night. I didn't really establish that Thursday night was Hubbonomics night. But you know what? Thursday night is Hubbonomics night.
He's stealing TNA viewership.
Nah. Well, in that case, I'm really happy and proud.
Wow.
Thursday night.
A true heel.
Yeah, so big ups to Jocelyn, man. Actually stumbled on something really great. So yes, Thursday night is officially this is an announcement, I guess you could say. Thursday night is Hubbonomics night. Every Thursday night, I will be bringing you the very best in professional wrestling, along with Conrad when he can make it. But for the most part, it'll be me bringing you Hubbonomics on Thursday night. So this Thursday night, really special edition of Hubbonomics, I'm going to be depicting all the hidden gems and underutilized talent in AEW and WWE. And some names are going to surprise you. So get ready to lock in with me on Thursday night. So again, Wednesday night with my guy Derek and Conrad, Thursday night on the Hubbard Wrestling Weekly channel for Hubbonomics, and then right back here, y'all, each and every Monday night, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time for the Mothership Babies. Talking about the one and only Clash of the Podcast presented by Everything Pro Wrestling and Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. So until next time, God bless, be encouraged, and as always, evil, that thing never, ever prevails. Until then,